Hello everyone and welcome to the full moon feature. Today we have a wonderful guest here in my little, I was going to say studio, but it's really more of an office, isn't it? So we're just going to hang out here and we're going to have a little chat. Make sure that you leave a comment in the comments so that I know that you are there and that I know that this is working, because lately it's been hit and miss as to whether I get to see the comments or not. So hopefully it'll work, and if not, still leave a comment and then I will go back afterward, and Sorina will go back afterward as well, so that we can get all the questions that you have answered. In case you don't know me, I'm Doris from Prompted Collective. I am known as the Chaos Calmer, and I am known that because as a life strategist, I really help people to reclaim their time so they can focus on the things that matter to them. But today is not about me. Today is the full moon feature because tomorrow's full moon has a lot of meaning behind it. But something that's very important to me is to talk to people and have interesting conversations during the full moon, because as you know, that is when we communicate the best and when we want to be around people the best. So the person that I want to be around here today is Sorina.
Thank you.
So Sorina, from childhood, has explored our innate ability as humans to heal and thrive. Over the years, she's guided others on their healing journey, and now she offers somatic, holistic healing through Reiki, crystal energy, aromatherapy, breath work, Ayurvedic, reflexology, and sound baths. She has a plethora of knowledge to her as well. And each session is tailored to your soul's needs so that you can reduce stress and emotional imbalances, restore harmony and renewal, and gets that deep self-connection. Welcome, Sorina.
Hi.
So Sorina and I have been friends for a while, and we have really enjoyed each other's company. But something that I've been dying to ask her, if you would tell us something about yourself that is not on your resume.
I think you know already. So I love to just walk in nature and hug trees. Yes, I push my husband to hug trees because it's like a grounding energy that helps to keep yourself happy energetically.
Absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly. I love going out into nature, and there's something special about being around trees. I don't know if they give off some sort of energy. Yeah, it's phenomenal. Now, just as we've been talking here, I want to make sure that everything is working. So let me check and make sure that there are no comments coming up that I can't see. So of course, if you are watching or just joining us now, please make sure to comment so that I know that you're there, and that we can get some questions answered. I can't see any comments right now. Hopefully I'm not missing anything, but let me know if anything is coming up, and if someone knows my messenger, just message me so that I can see that. So question I have for all of you out there is, when you hear the phrase holistic healing, what comes to mind for you? That's a pretty good question. But while we're waiting to see what they say about it, I want to know what inspired you to become a holistic healer.
I think the library that I had in my home, the books that I was reading, and I didn't understand them. I was just going through the pictures when I was little, like Chinese reflexology, Ayurvedic foods, and all kinds of things like this. And at the end of the day, I think it was a calling. When it comes to holistic and healing and something divine, you cannot explain, hey, I wanted to do this because. It's just an intuition, it's a drive, and you just go from it. Like, you don't question yourself, you don't overthink it, you just go through it.
So it's like you're in tune with your inner self, and like it called to you, it pulled you.
Yes.
Okay.
It's something natural, that it's nothing created or imagined. It's just something that I grew up with, I guess. And I realized over the years that other people need it, and they need help holistically or guidance. And even me, like, I'm more and more into that kind of lifestyle than I was before.
Right, absolutely. I'm just checking to see if anyone had any comments on that. Yeah, I'm not seeing the comments. So let's hope that we are going to get them if anyone is watching. I was wondering, how did your journey of that calling, that knowingness of that you were going to go into that, lead into your business? What made you decide to switch it into something, or I guess it's not a change, but just to move into that?
Meditation.
Ooh.
So I was meditating, and all of a sudden it just popped into my head, I should do this. And then my husband was like, okay, so start. He was intuitive towards me, and he suggested some things. And through meditation, I figured out the name, which Oma is like a very primordial, old and antique name. It's a sound, actually, a vibration. And also, after I meditated and I put the name on, my husband comes home from work and says, oh, that name is grandma, and in Ojibwe, in his language. So it's very nurturing and holistic. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So yeah,
That is interesting that it connected that way for both of you.
yeah.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So you, in your introduction, I mentioned several different modalities that you use with Reiki, crystal energy, aromatherapy, Ayurveda, and all of those things. What was required for training in those things? What did you have to do?
So all of them, more or less, as I said before, I grew up with them. But in Canada, in order for people to take you personally and take you seriously, you need certifications. So a Reiki certificate I did back in the day, like years ago when I was 14. Then crystal energy, I just worked because it's with Reiki. It comes with that. You're working in it. Aromatherapy is also something that it's natural. Everyone has that sense of smell, and you feel the energy through that. Then breath work, it came from meditation. So breath work, it was also an experience, and then an exercise that I kept on developing, and then going to other events and seeing how breath work can help other people, and how they oxygenate your lungs, your tissue, how oxygen goes directly to your blood vessels and helps your brain, and then your vibration changes from that. Then Ayurvedic, when I was 16, I started to go to esthetician, like for my face and my skin, and I was reading books. And then I noticed that a lot of people just take it medically instead of naturally. So Ayurvedic, it could be like organic, natural things that you use for your skin, and also is what you get in your body, what you eat, what you drink, how you are every day. Reflexology, being a training in Chinese medicine, I had to take certificates for that here in Canada. And sound bath as well, it's an experience, is more than 20 years of just working with it. So I'm 40 now, and I started at 14, so you can imagine
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it sounds like it was all around you all the time.
Yes,
Like,
yes, from my mom, from the childhood, from books that I've seen. Yeah.
awesome. That's so incredible. And I think that there's something special. I mean, going for training and getting certified in things is important, but I think there's something extra special when it's just part of who you are,
Yeah.
right? I love that. So for the audience, and I do see that there are a few people watching, though I'm not seeing comments, so hopefully I'm not missing comments, but we'll find out afterward and we'll definitely get back to you. Have you ever had a healing experience, physical, emotional, or spiritual, that surprised you? I'd really love to hear if anyone's had that, and if you're comfortable, share that with us and let us know exactly what that was. Or if you're not comfortable but you really do want to share it, DM me and I can share that with Sorina and we can get back to you for sure.
Also, on point on that, I just noticed a lot of people they misinterpreted holistic healing and experience with, oh my God, I had a trauma, or oh, it was strange. So when you have a meditation or experience, a divine light or a work of energy or whatever it is, you go through some stages. It could be deep breathing, anxiety, it could be crying, it could be you're getting agitated, or all of a sudden you are agitated and then you're calming down, like you want to sleep, you're just in tune with everything, you're in divine light. And it takes time, like your body changes every day and every hour from that. So even if you had a music and you listen to a sound and you made you feel not sad but crying and then laughing, it's cry of happiness, that is a release also, a holistic healing event that happens in your brain and in your body, that it's due to trauma reactions to certain things that your body is doing. Yeah, that's all.
No, that's
I just, yeah, because sometimes people don't understand it and they're like, oh, I didn't have any, but you
but
always have it.
You just
Yeah.
didn't recognize it.
Yes.
Yeah. No, and I noticed, like, when I've had some treatments with you, which have been wonderful, sometimes, I'll have like a huge yawn or something like that. And
Yeah.
I think that's a release. And it's not like I'm sharing anything specific
Yeah.
with you, but
Yeah.
whatever treatment it is that you've created for me and the physical movements of it, usually when you're working with my feet, I'll have that release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's toxins, is energetic, and also is balancing. That's all in one. Yeah.
Awesome. So we talked a little bit about noticing what may or may not be a holistic release or a holistic experience. How would you describe holistic healing philosophy, or your holistic healing philosophy? Because it might be different than what other people think.
No. Healing is not popping pills and going to a psychiatrist, although some people need it. Yeah, I'm not a doctor, let's put it that way. But holistic healing, it's a whole, so we are a whole. It's very simple. We are atoms. Yeah, so if you go to a nuclear situation, like to physics, we are made of atoms. Atoms are bouncing and they're doing the cell, and the cell creates the water, which is 80 or 90% of our body, and is a vibration, so it's a magnetic field. So as a whole, if you don't give this magnetic field good thoughts, good sounds, so listen to music, what music you listen, good affirmations, smiling at yourself, smiling at the universe, smiling, like put a smile, even if you're sad, just the teeth out, because immediately that is gonna change your mood and your vibration. what you drink in the morning. What you put in the mouth in the morning is very important, and what you put in the mouth before you go to sleep, because the body is recalibrating while when we sleep. Yeah, is lymphatic drainage happening, detoxification. But if you don't help that, if you put things that are too heavy for you, then the body is gonna just keep that toxins into you. So then it comes out through your pores, it comes out through your energy, your focus is low, you have like a kind of a cloud in your head, your energy is low, you don't know what's best for you, you feel uncomfortable in any situation, you feel that you don't belong somewhere, or what you need to do, you're just lost. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That makes me wonder a little bit about, so in a lot of the biohacking type of circles and stuff, they're looking a lot at ancient medicines and Ayurvedic type of healing and things like that. And that's where a lot of fasting can come in, and they often say things, maybe not an extreme fast, but like stop eating 3 hours before bed, kind of a deal. Is that what you're talking about, or should we be eating?
So let's say that you're going to bed at 10. The best thing is to stop eating at 7.
Yeah. Okay.
At least 3 hours. Yeah. And when I say the last meal, or if you're really hungry, eat like an orange, an apple with almond butter. For example, you slice apple with almond butter, or just get a yogurt with some chia seeds. Also, chia seeds are good in the morning better than evening, because they have iron and other minerals and help with digestion system and everything. So that's one of the things. Then fasting, I suggest 24-hour fasting every few weeks.
Oh, okay.
And how your body's feeling, because when you fast, you create a void there in the stomach. So instead of burning fat or whatever you're putting in your mouth, it starts to burn the calories and the dead cells that are inside of you. Right. So it's recalibrate, it's a rebirth of your cells. So you do want to do that. And I grew up with fasting every Friday. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Now, when you fast, do you do a dry fast or a water fast?
No. So for me,
is maybe that's it. Maybe it's individualized.
Yes. So it's for me, and I do suggest when you start, because you don't know your body till you start hitting the walls. But for me, I put a kettle with water, 2 liters or something, with some chamomile tea and a slice of lemon and a slice of ginger. So lemon and ginger helps with digestion, detoxification. Then chamomile tea helps to cool off and relax your nervous system, your inflammation in your gut or anything like that. So I drink that warm towards hot every few, like half an hour, a cup or something. Then and water. And that's another thing, what kind of water you drink. You know, that's if it's electrolyte water, how you're using it. If it's like tap water or a bottle of plastic water, whatever, you have to figure it out which best is for you. And also I squeeze lemons and grapefruit, and I drink it with water. So
okay. Well, those are some great tips, but like you said, or like Sorina said, you definitely want to make it individual to you. And I suggest maybe speaking to a professional to find out what that might be, or to...
No professional can help you theoretically. You just have to start, like what I just said, you can start with that. Just do juicing for one full day. Like, and when I say juicing, citric stuff, or carrots, apples, oranges with lemons and ginger. Just 2 shots of that for 24 hours, because at the end of the day, you have to, no doctor can tell you, yes, they can tell you you're deficient, but even that deficiency, you can not support more calcium than others, and you're overcompensating thyroid also. Theoretically, I might have problem with thyroid when I look at myself, but I don't. So if you have to really think and see what's best for you and try it, like try it on yourself and see if you're like, for example, iodine for thyroid. If you put it on your hand here, a few drops, and you think it goes very fast in you, and that means, yeah, you do have deficiency in iodine. But if it's just low, and you get, for me, I get nauseous. Also with other vitamins, I get nauseous if it's too much.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try that because I do have a thyroid problem.
I know that. I know.
So I would really like to know if it's an iodine thing, because then I can help my thyroid with that. Awesome. But we're going off on a tangent. So, how does holistic healing influence what you do in your work?
So when you met me, I focused more on aesthetics, and holistic healing was through that somehow, through botanic and herbal skincare, sound bath and crystals inside the treatment, and it wasn't just skincare, it was more than that, and then reflexology. But right now I want to, like, I've been focusing for the last 2 years more on somatic and holistic healing, so meaning working with nervous system and trying to repair it, reset it, your body energy, with Reiki energy, with crystals and sound bath, guiding people to breathe. That's holistic. That's a whole. You touch everything into one, basically. And now with the new events that I want to offer is more like life force energy, recalibration of your cells, nervous system reset, just going deep into it.
Right. Yeah, those are some really great things. And like I said earlier, when you were working, and this was before you were, I mean, holistic was always part of what you did, but it wasn't as open and obvious, right? But whenever you would work on me, there was always a release. There was always a relaxation, even just walking into your area,
the space.
It was immediately relaxing, and then even more so as the treatment went on, everything just kind of released and relaxed, and I left a different person. So it was always wonderful, and I didn't realize it was holistic. It felt like an aesthetic treatment, because really it was facials, it was a little bit of footwork, it was you know, and you have top of the line equipment that you use in your studio, in your spa. So I mean, the red light therapy, the oxygen masks, the things like that, right? Like all of that stuff was phenomenal. It seemed like just a regular service, but it was so much more.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's incredible at how all of those go together, and I love that you're focusing now more on the
holistic side of it.
But well, more than the holistic side of it, but the breath work and the nervous system regulation and stuff like that, because that's something that a lot of us, I mean, that's the thing that we hear the most about now is trying to regulate your nervous system, and how
that's what happened. So when I started and I wanted to do better skin for other people, but in a nice organic way, I noticed that people have way more deeper need of guidance day by day and lifestyle than just skincare. So I just switched to my old me, like trying to help energetically with different tools and sounds and breath work.
Awesome. So you're doing all of those things, but are you, like, is it through your services, or is this a completely different way of doing business?
So I started at the beginning with all this, but I developed them more. So I focus more on the divine energy that we are in, like our magnetic fields and who we are as people, and each person's energy when they come in, because everyone is different with their own trauma or their own things. So I have to work through that. It's not like, for example, the holistic massage is not like, oh, 5 minutes I'm doing this and 5 minutes it doesn't work like that. And for some people, I might not even touch all the tools that I have there, or I'll just do like healing of sound and just energy work. Like it's a whole new different way of seeing things in my spa, especially that you just said when you go in, the energy is different than just a spa. So I am trying to change it from the spa perspective to a holistic wellness space. Yeah.
Absolutely. Shout out to everyone who's watching. Joyce says when she releases with crying and yawning. Is that typical, do you think?
Majority of people do that, yeah.
Yeah.
So crying is the first intake of energy, is like when you realize that you can release, that you're in a safe space, that you are whole and you are energy. And yawning is balancing all that new thoughts and ideas and energy that is helping the cells recalibrate, is balancing through yawning. Even talking with a person, if you have more information than others and you just listen, and all of a sudden you're yawning, is because you're balancing your energy to what you're receiving.
So you're not bored, you're balancing your energy.
No.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's
you're trying
good
to
news.
co-op with what you're getting, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to ask everyone who's watching, if you could receive one holistic healing treatment today, what would it be? Let us know in the comments. Maybe it's a sound healing or reflexology. Maybe it's something else altogether. Let me know in the comments what it is so that we can see a little bit of what it is. So while everyone is telling us what it is that they enjoy, if they've ever experienced it before, I spoke a little bit about my experience with you, but can you share something that someone, we don't need to know who, but maybe a transformation that you might have witnessed?
I'll say it on me. So today I had a life force Kundalini awakening meditation in the morning with a dear friend of mine, and we've been kind of guiding each other since I met her years ago. And for me, how I felt today was, yes, the crying, but the crying in a way of, it's a crying laughter. It's an unconditional crying laughter from the belly. It's like the belly's shaking. And then you feel waves of energy from tip of the toes to the top of your head, waves of energy, like kind of goosebumps, but more than that. It's like a wave. And then tingling on your palms, tingling on your feet, a lot of like drumming waves of energy on the hip area. And then I had a heart chakra opening, which was purely like someone is ripping your chest out, not in a bad way. Don't
It wasn't painful.
No, Jesus Christ. No. It's like you're like all of a sudden straight and it's just opened, and the way you're breathing is just is a nice pressure, but integrated with more than you as a human being.
Oh.
So for me, cosmic meditation and all that, it's something that I've been doing since I was little. So for me, it's easy to try to feel this. I'm just telling you from my perspective, when you get to that level, or you might just all of a sudden have that, Plus, you see angels, you see things that you wouldn't even think that they're real. And when you are open, you don't question what you see, and it's an intuition, that's when you're healing. Then a lot, when I meditate, and this today also, a lot was, my third eye was cracking in two, so splitting with lots of strong light, more than the sun. It's just, you can't even, like, you see it when you close your eyes, you see it there. It's splitting like a light. What else? Like, then yawn. I yawned a lot towards the end. I yawned. I seen people coughing a lot. If you're coughing a lot, then you're having, like, when I do reflexology on people and sound bath with that, some people cough because they have trauma or things that are keeping in the lungs, or their way of lifestyle, like smoking and all kinds of other stuff. So when you're coughing, your body's saying and telling you, hey, I want to release these toxins. There are all kinds of things. You're laughing unconditional, you're laughing your head off, like all of a sudden you don't know why, but you're just laughing. And at the end of the day, it's a pure bliss energy, an energy that you're safe, you're not scared of death anymore. You're in the place that you're like, that death is not an end, is a different way of life. It's not, it's just very deep. Yeah. That's my
that was your experience.
Yes, and others people. So yeah,
that sounds amazing. Like, and I've heard of people who have had psychedelic journeys that have been similar to that. So it's amazing that you can have these without using psychedelics.
Yes, a lot of people try to do that, and when you get to a point in your life experiencing this every day and trying more and more. And another thing is trust that you are not alone, that you're not just a physical material body. If you go further than that and you realize that, hey, actually I am an energy, a light, because that's the one that is, we are not robots. Yeah, a robot is created by electric. Yeah, you plug it in and it starts working. What are we? What is, if you really think, how is the organ still moving and breathing? It's something inside of us keeping us alive. Yeah, that's the reality. So, and then when you hear all kinds of stories, like my grandma had a death when she gave birth to my uncle, and other people that I met, and they just wake up from that clinical death. And they just say, hey, I know what the doctors did. Like, and my husband's brother also, he had a open heart surgery just 2 years ago. And I remember he was mentioning this, I can see you guys. I could see everything that happened. And my husband also had all kinds of stuff like, so we are energy. We see and understand. But when you go past that, it's just a pure, tranquil, safe space.
Beautiful.
Sorry, it's just it's hard to explain and in one bowl, like, to say something.
Yeah. I don't know, but that makes sense, and that is beautiful, and it's, you're right. Like, I mean, it's akin to the near-death experience, that we are more than robots, like you said.
Yeah.
Wonder what advice you would give to someone who was new to holistic healing and that they were thinking about coming to see you at Oma Beauty and Wellness.
So there are two ways. First, even if you're not in town and you want to start holistic healing journey. So first of all, look at yourself as a whole. Are you drinking coffee? Are you drinking water? What kind of water? What fruits you take? What vegetables you're eating, what meat you're eating. Diet is very important as Ayurvedic and holistic, because diet influences your energy wave, your vibration, your cells. Yeah. Then go buy yourself a small little Tibetan singing bowl. It's a metal bowl. It's a Tibetan singing bowl that you can put in your palm, and you just hear the chanting, and then use that. Keep your palm flat. And use that to do the vibration, to feel the vibration through your hand. Yeah. So it goes tingles, 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 and then you can move that around your body. I know my husband, when I started doing this, he didn't believe, but he told me I can feel something. And my husband is 60. Is a really like man that, oh, this is what I did in my life and blah blah blah. But he's very open to try. So he said he feels the energy, he feels tingles. So it is working. Also, go buy yourself some crystals. Buy black obsidian, quartz, and selenite. These are 3 major crystals that I would have in my house. Always wash them from time to time, once a week or once a month. Wash them, just put them in your palm, wash them, put them in the sun to have that sun energy, that pure positive energy. I know some people put it in full moon, but at the end of the day, full moon is with clouds. It doesn't go into the window too much, so I'm not doing that. I'm just doing the sun. And then I just use it. I put it on me. So selenite, what I do, I just start wiping myself up with the crystal because it helps to balance and clears the energy. Quartz and black obsidian or howlite also. When you come to me, remember I give you some stones to grab. That's so yin and yang, feminine and masculine energy. It helps with recalibrating your, the right side of the brain is mathematic, is the male. I'm doing things, and the left side is the creative part, is the female. So it helps to balance that, because sometimes we're not balanced and we have problems with the back, with the hips, with the sciatica. Depends on the situation.
Interesting. Yeah. So that was a lot. Is there somewhere that that those are some great recommendations, and I'm glad that we got it on video so people can go back to it and see the different recommendations. Do you have somewhere that people can learn more about this, maybe on your website or?
So I am, besides the event that I'm gonna put for the people in the community, I'm writing a book. So eventually when I edit it and send it out there, I'm gonna let you know.
This is news to me, and
yes.
I'm friends with Sorina, so
yeah,
I'm very excited.
I just don't want to say this to people till I just put it out there.
Well, you just put it out there.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, well that's incredible news. Now I do know a little bit about this event that you're looking to put on. And I know you're not even close to being at the promotional stage of it now. You're just in the planning and seeing if people might be interested in something like that. Do you want to share, or is it not yet ready to share about this event?
So it's not like people want to or not. I'm past that. Oh, do they want to? Am I selling it or not? No. Always gonna be someone that needs this. It's about needing, it's about helping. It's not, do they want it or not? Am I selling it? So is a combination between Reiki science, Reiki energy, sound bath, aromatherapy, breath work, chanting and oming and mantra sounds, frequency sounds, so all in tune. It's a balance, it's a process. When you do the breath work and you're guided and you don't see nothing, you're just on the mat and you just listen to the sound bath, you listen to the high frequency, you listen to my voice guiding you, and you do the breath work that I'm teaching what to do. I'm telling you, actually I'm working with your subconscious, so it's more like trying to heal the past trauma, the past thoughts, the past things that you may or may not have, that you came from other times with it, or you don't even know that you have it from childhood, emotions, vibrations, and at the end you put all this into a very nice tantric dance. So you're blindfolded, and we're gonna have nice sound vibration, kind of a DJ sound, and then you just feel the energy of your body. You get up from the mat and you feel the energy of your body, and you realize that, hey, I can feel the magnetic wave, I can feel myself. So all this eventually, either in that moment, in that evening, you feel it, or next day, like my mom, when we were doing it together, my mom was so focused mentally, was there so much to think, what is she saying now? Oh, I have to do this. Oh, okay, so I have to breathe like that. So when you're mentally there, then you're just halfway of healing, so you have to practice more. But then my mom, next day, she woke up all of a sudden without no pain, because she had arthritis pain and all that. No pressure, no pain. She was just the pure bliss. She's like, oh, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm happy. So the breath and everything works for you in deep cells. You know, regeneration is not just then. It's a process.
That sounds phenomenal. It's going to be in person?
Yes.
Okay, so if you're going to be in the area when we find out when this is, maybe you can come to it here in Fort McMurray Wood Buffalo. When we find out a little bit more, you are more than welcome to join us, but it will be a small session to start, I think.
Yes.
And yeah, it sounds super exciting and I can't wait.
You're my first guinea pig.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. Let us know in the comments if there's anything that you're going to be taking away from this conversation. And thank you so much, Sorina, for being here and teaching us a little bit more about holistic healing. Of course, if anybody has any more questions about holistic healing, or if you're going to be in the neighborhood and you would like to go and get a treatment with Sorina, we have her website on the on this post already, but if you'd like to give it to them in case they're driving right now and they're just thinking about it, what is your website?
I think it's Oma Beauty by Sorina. I'm sorry. I wasn't sure if it's that.
OmaBeautyBySorina.com.
Yes.
Absolutely. So, and you can book in. She has her appointment calendar right in there, so people can book their appointments if you're in the Fort McMurray Wood Buffalo region. Otherwise, thank you all for being here. Because of all the things that you could be doing, you chose to hang out with us today. And so for that, I am grateful. And always remember that you matter. So please take care.
Thank you.
Bye.